Welcome back to the program. Ugandan officials will host their Rwandan counterparts today in Kampala for a meeting on the implementation of an agreement to end tensions between the two East African countries. The diplomatic dispute started after both countries traded accusations of interference in each other's affairs. A memorandum of understanding signed by Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni and Rwandan President Paul Kagame in Luanda, Angola in August has failed to ease tensions. Rwanda closed its border with Uganda in March and has restricted movement of goods and people across the two countries. Today's meeting will be attended by delegations from Angola and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Welcome to our Africa Tech segment. There is no doubt that technology is making a huge impact in the health sector, especially on the processes and practices of healthcare practitioners. As a result of the development of several innovations in the sector, healthcare practitioners can now continue to find ways to improve their practice. While these advances are often beneficial, physicians and healthcare administrators must take care to use them to avoid harming patients. We have a guest today joining us via Skype, Dr. Fumi Adewara, CEO of Mobi Health International. She joins us to discuss more on this. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me over.
Yes. Let me start by asking you, what are some of the ways technology is transforming the healthcare industry today?
Well, we're living in very interesting times. Technology is changing, revolutionizing way for global economy, from education to banking to agriculture, and healthcare is not lagging behind at all. And you will see recently I've been reading about the real fascinating innovations from artificial intelligence, genetic sequencing to blockchain technology and robotics. Then you probably must have heard about the application of various healthcare monitoring wearables and tools for ultimately for patient empowerment. So technology is really shaping the healthcare landscape in a very fascinating way, and the whole the bottom line is to make it our system to be more efficient, to be for us to be able to work smarter and to deliver quality care to the patients.
Yeah, so far, what technologies do we have and what should we be expecting to see?
Well, there are quite a few technologies on the market. If you look at artificial intelligence has been used in drug development. Recently, the artificial intelligence, AI, was used to identify pre-existing drugs that can be used in the treatment of Ebola to reduce infectivity. Artificial intelligence is also being used in data mining of the medical records to provide and redesign treatment plans, as well as in drug development. Then you have augmented reality, where even for the healthcare professionals brings a lot of advantages. Medical students can now learn smarter in practicing surgical skills, like better prepared for their real life operations, or enhancing the surgical skills of doctors. So you have where software are being developed to help the surgeons to identify and map out two more areas to be able to deliver more precise treatment and surgery. So, and then you have robotics being deployed for instance, for drones being used in the deployment of drugs and blood to rural areas where otherwise there are no medical facilities and people could be dying from preventable causes. So technology is enhancing the way people are doing things. If you look at Africa, we have more than 25,000 various applications that have been developed or that are currently being developed, from medical diagnostic tools, point of care testing tools, like you have a software that enables now you to be able to detect malaria by just using a clip on the finger. And then you have smart solutions like drug vending machines being deployed in rural areas across Africa. So yes, there are quite a lot of inventions that are going on across not just in the Western countries, but also across Africa.
Finally, before I let you go, these technological innovations, there are pros and there are cons. How can physicians and healthcare administrators make sure that, you don't harm your patients with these innovations?
Yes, you're right. The more we have frontier technologies, then there's a likelihood that we are going to be encountering different types of complications. So it is very crucial, and that's why before an innovation goes to the market, it is tested, it goes through clinical trials, just to ensure that it is safe to be administered to patients. It is the responsibility of the regulators and the government to ensure that ethical guidelines are being followed and that these technologies do not cause further harm. But essentially, technology is meant to make our lives a lot easier and better. It is cost effective. It's meant to be helping us to reduce wastage and to improve efficiency, and again, to be able to deliver quality care to the patients and make the lives of doctors and other healthcare professionals a lot easier. So hand in hand, it promises a lot of, it's going to give us a lot of advantage in the future.
It's Dr. Funmi Adewara, CEO, Mobi Health International. Thank you so much for discussing on our Africa Tech segment.
Thank you.
Well, that's it on the program today and for the week. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Layo Adegoke. Bye for now.